All right. So let's start this. Reset this real quick. All right, let's take a look at this. Alrighty. So we'll bring out the notepad. We have another furnace to take a look at. We'll be designing a mini split today. Let's take a look at this real quick. Hold on. Just a second. All right. Let's open this up real quick. Do this. Let's send this to our email. Share by email. We'll send it over to us. Sent. Let's send over the other one, which is this guy right here. Send it to email. Share. Send by email. Serve. Oh, all right. So we just sent over the. Let's reset this. I don't know what's going on with this one. There we go. Clear. Good to go. So we have I sent over some drawings that I made earlier today. Let's put this other guy on real quick. All right, perfect. So let's start this. So let's open up our email. I sent over a couple drawings. These drawings, let's take a look. See if it's this one. This is one. Good. Let's print this guy out. See what it looks like. Ooh, I don't like that. It's too long. Maybe we can screenshot it real quick. Let's bring it over here. We'll screenshot it real quick. We'll take a look at this. No, I know how we're gonna do it. Let's snip it. So we are going to snip that real quick. So this is a little floor plan. Oh, just dropped my water. That's all right, perfect. So we will snip it. Bring it over here. Good. We will cut this. Boom. Beautiful. Look at that. So we're going to go to File. We'll save as. we'll bring this guy over here because it has information that we don't want. Okay, so we're going to go to customers. We're going to save it. Let's take a look at this. Save it in here. This is a new house. So this house is Evergreen. What's the address to this place? I completely forgot the address to this place. Okay, whatever. We'll just call it Evergreen. And we'll call it personal. Good. So we'll save it in here. And this is the plan view. Good. We're going to save the plan view. Let's get the other picture that I sent over. We'll go ahead and close this. Close this. Oh, look at this one. This one came out pretty cool. Let's click print. Oh, that one looks nice. So we'll save this one, and this one will be called Furnace Dimensions. And it'll go under personal. Bam. All right, we can bring this one over. Look at that. So this is the one that we're going to be. The good news is this one's going to be easy. Customer just wants to replace the furnace that's already there. It's an 80%er. They're thinking of adding a 90% furnace with the humidifier. So I don't know how much you guys know about humidifiers, but let's see if we can look one up real quick. My favorite humidifier to use is the Honeywell series. It's pretty foolproof. Let's see what we can find a good one. I'm pretty sure this is it right here. See if we can find the specs to this guy. If we can find the book to it, I'll show you the book. That way we can go over it together and see Honeywell humidifier. Let's call it manual. Let's call it an installation manual. Sometimes in that installation manual, they'll give you all their series, which is pretty badass, and they'll let you know what it covers. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Honeywell. All right, we're not getting anywhere. Let me see if I can go directly through. Sometimes the supply houses will provide it for contractors so that we can see in detail what we're ordering before we actually order it. So we'll go to Honeywell humidifier. We'll start there. The TrueEase Advance. Let's see if we can click on product. brochure. Let's take a, maybe that's it. Oh, look at that. Got it. Found it. So Honeywell is Resideo. I don't know if you guys know that, but the same makers that make your thermostats, the father of thermostats, that's Resideo. That's Honeywell. Honeywell is everywhere. Oh, let's fix this real quick. Good. So this is our humidifiers. Let's go back a little bit. Well, let's zoom. Let's take it back a notch. There we go. We like that? All right, good. So Resideo is the same makers that make the Honeywell thermostat, the T4 series, the T series. You got the, oh man, T4 is what I love using because it's the sweet spot. It's not too advanced, and it's not too useless. Look at this is the different humidifiers we're looking for right here. Bam, bam, bam. So let's take a look at this real quick. Okay, good. Let me grab the plan view that we just downloaded. Let's see if we can pull it up real quick as well. We'll pull it over here. Good. Go to documents. And then we're going to download our plan view. So that one is going to be right here. We saved it under personal. And there's our plan view. Perfect. So here's the other one that we have. Oh. So we'll pull this one when we're ready for it. Good. All right, where were we? We'll save it like this so we can go back and forth between pages. Let's pull this one down some. Pull this one down some. So the guy is guesstimating that the house is roughly 3,200 feet. Right? Let me see. Put you guys right there. So we're guesstimating that the house was built in 1981, but it was remodeled in the 1990s, 2000s. Roughly 3,200 square feet in the home. This is their crawl space. That's the furnace. Indoors. Let me know if you guys want to see pictures of what the house looks like. I'll upload them so you guys can see what it looks like and we can compare apples to apples. Then you guys can tell me if my drawings look nice or not. I think they look beautiful. So anyways, there we go. They want to add a humidifier. So let's see what kind of humidifiers they have. This is my favorite one right here. The advanced fan powered humidifier, because you can install it on the return side right here. Let's take a look. Take a look. Really? That's all they're gonna give us? Hold on. Installation instructions, brochure. Let's come here. Let's take a look. Maybe it's in the install. But that's my favorite one. This one is probably one and done. This one's cool, but it doesn't have a fan. So it's going to make it harder. This is going to rely on the blower motor itself from the furnace. So the furnace is the one that's going to help push some of that humidity from the supply to the return, or the return to the supply, depending on how they want to install it. Why we like this one? Why we like this one is because it has a fan power and you don't have to worry about it. You just make sure that it has voltage and you're good to go. Let's see what this one is. But this is my favorite one. It's easy to install. And one of the things that I always like to think about is my customers. So let's say our customer pays us to install it. I have friends that call it job security, so we can install something that's very high tech and nobody else can work on it. I don't think that's cool. I'd rather install something where, oh, what's up, mister? That's thank you for the likes. So, what's up, bro? Thank you for joining. I'm just going over. I'm going over picking humidifiers for homes. You have this is cheaper, but you rely on the furnace doing the pushing of air and spreading the humidity through the home, versus you can use the one with the fan blower motor, and it's easy. It'll easily maintain humidity in your home, and that's what you want. So we'll go from there. We'll close this real quick. This shows us their brands that they like. This is my favorite. This one's affordable and anybody can work on it. Easy to install, easy to maintain. And then we'll come down here. Let's see what the installation manual has for us. So this is a needle valve. One thing I don't like about these needle valves is, I think they're called a piercing valve. I think they're called piercing. Let's take a look. BB saddle valve. So they're calling it a saddle valve. So it's a saddle valve and it's a piercing valve. So what it does is you set that on top of a pipe, and then once you start turning the valve or closing it, or in this case it's opening it, as you're screwing it down, it's actually piercing into your pipe and making a hole in it. I don't like that, because all we're relying on is the two gaskets that it comes with. I like to put my own ball valve. I'll make it solid. I'll cut a section of the pipe, and then I'll add an actual valve, and then I'll pipe it over to my humidifier, making it very sturdy and stable. So let's come down here. So we like this guy. Did anybody see what style that was? Did we close it? Let's take a look. We need the Honeywell Home. Give me a second. The brochure. We'll bring this guy over here. It's my favorite one. I don't even know the name of it. I could tell you. It is the HE. Look at this. This is the model number we're looking for. Herald Echo 300 Alpha 1005. Good. So that's the one that we want. HE 300 Alpha. HE 360. HE 300 right here. Bam. So humidifier. Good. Good. And this is what it's comparing it to other brands. So we have HE and humidifier. Honeywell Home is the HE 365. April Air makes really cool humidifiers as well. I feel like they're a little bit more expensive. The 700. Do you know why they call it the 700? because it covers 700 square feet. All right, let's come down. Let's see if it tells us how much it covers. Oh, here it is. Look at that. So this is the one that I was telling you. It uses the blower motor to force air to go through the humidifier back into your return, and it starts. This is what it does. It's mixing water in there. Water comes through here, and it goes through a filter that stays nice and damped. And then as air comes through here, it also goes through here and it comes back through here, and we're doing this right here, back and forth. This guy, on the other hand, let's see if we can do it. Let's pull out a let's see if we can zoom into it. Good. And then we'll get our little drawing. Bam. And then we'll crop it out real quick. We'll zoom into it. Beautiful. And then we'll call it good. Let's get the color blue because we're mixing water and air. So, oh, you know what? This is the cool part too. We can use red for our air. So our air comes through here because this is my return, right? And then this is my supply. Oh. So air leaves my furnace into our home. And that's what it does. So we're cooling the temp, or we're cooling the space. And now let's use our little figurine. So this air is pushing this way and making air pushes through here. Water is inside of this little guy all day long. Air will force itself through here and making it come back through here. Boom. Goes up through here. And it repeats that cycle. It goes up through here, over. It does this all day long. As long as you're running it. And yes, it does matter which way you want to wire the furnace. The wiring diagram for this guy, you want to run your humidifier. In Colorado, I don't know if it's everywhere else, but I'm pretty sure. You want to run it, I guess depends on where you live or how you want to run it too. It's good for homes that have a lot of wood. You want to keep the space a little bit humid to keep your wood from drying out and cracking. So it's really nice on wooden floors, table, lots of wood. So if you live in a home that has a lot of wood and you want humidity all the time, you would wire this with fan. Otherwise, you would wire it in the winter when it gets over in Colorado. It's a little bit more drier. So what they do is they wire it with W. So you want it humidifying when you're, oh, I just disconnected. So in the winters, you need to wire it with W. When you wire it with W, what's cool about that is what holds heat, humidity. So humidity holds heat. So if you can maintain your home with humidity, you can last longer with heat in the winter. All right. So that being said, let's go to this guy right here. Same thing. We're cooling the space. Boom, boom. And then we'll put some heat because it returns warmer. Yeah. Boom. Beautiful. Now, this one has its own blower motor. which is nice. We don't have to worry about using this blower motor to force air through the humidifier back to my return and rely on the negative side and the positive side to just keep doing that. This guy, what it does this, and it's mixing. Isn't that pretty cool? It has a blower motor. It's just there. It is. That's all it's doing. That blower motor is sucking and mixing air inside itself. It's all contained there. And the reason you want to put it before, the reason you can put it anywhere. I'm pretty sure you don't have to put it on the supply. In some cases, I don't even think we have enough room in our. Let's go back. Let's close this here. So let's take a look at this real quick. With this guy, just telling you the installation for this guy right here. Let's take a look. Secure the support hooks, bypass, okay. Okay, so that's done. Let's take a look at this guy. Slide the fan model evenly into the duct hole, verify the humidifier's level. The reason you want it to be level is once you hook up water to it, water will maintain level in there. There's like a little drip pan or a drain pan that has water in it all the time. And there's our little piercing valve / saddle valve. See, that's what it's showing you right there. This is our pipe. It pierces into it, and now it has water coming out this way. Boom. Let's take a look. Look at that. So you can add what's called an outdoor air sensor to your furnace, and or to your humidifier. And sometimes it'll give you a spot. If you have a smart furnace, you can hook up the outdoor air sensor to your furnace, and that'll let the humidifier know when it can turn on and when not to turn on. That way you're not wasting energy. So you can make them pretty efficient. Let's take a look. Pad can be replaced in front by gripping bam. Troubleshooting. Not all furnaces have this connection, just so you guys know. 24 furnace. Nope. Oh damn. Tired today. Let's take a look. Common 12 plumbing options. Nope. Look at that. That's how simple it is. This is the one with the blower motor, and this is the one without the blower motor. That's in French. Alright, so that's it. I'm pretty sure you don't have to just install it on the supply. I'm pretty sure you can install it on the return. I'd have to get the book. The book will tell you exactly where it goes or where you can put it. Let's see. Fan humidifiers use an internal fan to move duct air through the humidifier pad and back into the duct. for distribution throughout your home. The fan model is commonly installed directly onto the supply hot duct of your HVAC system. The fan model can be installed on the return cool air duct if the location permits. There we go. Bam. When return side installation is used, it is highly recommended to plumb warm water since humidity is produced by evaporation. So there you have it. If we're going to install it on the supply side, we can run cold water. But if we install it on the return side, they want us to use warm water. Bam, just like that. And that's exactly why I like this one. Good. So let's take a look. Did anybody see the measurement for that one? What's our length on it? I think it's like let's take a look at this real quick. These are wiring. I'll probably take a picture of the wiring for you guys and then we'll go over it. You guys let me know if you guys want me to show you guys how to do heat pumps and wire mini splits. We'll do some pretty badass wiring. We'll do some controls. So this is your humidistat. All it really does is controls your humidity. You set it, and then you have to learn how to wire it with your thermostat / furnace. All right. So I think we'll close that. We'll go back to our drawings. The reason I wouldn't want to install it on the supply is because a lot of people, what they end up doing, this is a furnace only home. Let me see if I can get you guys a picture of what the home looks like. I'm pretty sure I took a picture for you guys so that we can go over it together today. That way we can see it. Let's go to pictures. Bam. Okay. So I'll show you guys this picture, but a lot of times what people like to, the space above the furnace, that's for the evaporator. That's where we install the cooling, the AC. And if we're going to add a humidifier, we're going to have to remove it in the future. So let's avoid that. You want to make sure you make it easier for yourself, because 9 times out of 10 when you install it on here, we won't install it in the front. We'll install it in the back, and I'll show you why. So we'll install this guy. Let's take a look real quick. Let me see. That's a good view right there. Good. Perfect. So let's open up our work orders. And then let's see. Denver, Highview. I'm pretty sure it was this one that I went to go look at today. That's it. This is the place. All right, so let's go to our pictures. So this is our picture there. And this is the back side of it. Good. Alrighty, so this is the back of that furnace that I drew there. This is where we would install the humidifier, and that's gonna look ugly. I don't like it because this is where we need to install our AC. So I want to install it on this side right here. Boom. All right, we'll install it there. This is what the front of the furnace looks like. See how it reduces? Let's see. Let's compare apples to apples. See if I did good. So there's the furnace that I drew. There it is right here. Just a box. And it reduces in the front. It reduces in the front. So what they want to do is they either want to stay with an 80%er, but they also want to quote for a 90% furnace. Right off the bat, a 90% furnace, it's a lot more work. It's easily going to be another $2,500 on top of what just a regular furnace replacement is. And 9 times out of 10, what I do is I'll do my takeoff, I'll do the installation, I'll do everything for just a regular furnace, and then I'll give them the 90%er, and then they just go with the original bid. But remember, we treat every customer like it's the new customer every time. Just because you never know. You never know what customer you're going to take. Okay, so next is, let's look for a furnace. So what do we get to do here? I don't know if I can show you guys that section of it. That part of it requires, let's take a look. Hello. So right now we're just designing a furnace replacement, which should be pretty easy because everything's already there. So this should be pretty easy because we know that the furnace is a 100,000 BTU furnace. So all I have to do is look for like equipment, put it on there, and just add labor. Labor, it's in a crawl space. It's going to take a little bit longer than your usual. Oh man, it's gonna suck. Let me see if I can show you guys a picture of what it looks like. So, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Look at that. So the picture, this furnace that's going to be inside a crawl space looks like this. Look at that. So I gotta carry that. I gotta carry that from outside through a crawl space door, and then the good news is nobody likes to do crawl space jobs or attic jobs. So 9 times out of 10, it makes it easy for me to take on a project like that because nobody else wants to do it. So if nobody else wants to do it, guess what? You could actually charge a little bit more because nobody else wants to do it. It's too much work. Alrighty, next. So I'm going to BRB. I think so. I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll be right back. I'll show you guys what it looks like after we put together the quote. This next part, I need to pull up the customer's information so that I can start plugging away. But I wanted to show you guys a little bit of what the project looks like. I wanted to show you guys what the project looks like, and then I'll show you what the quote sheet looks like. Let's take a look. So this is the furnace that we're replacing. That's our takeoff. And let's see our spreadsheets. So we'll close our spreadsheets a little bit, put them on this side. Quote sheet, bam. Let's see if we can pull it out. Perfect. Our quote sheet's going to look like this. Let me show you what. This is a basic quote sheet. This isn't really the one that I like to use. This is easy just to get like an idea. So these are the different styles of furnaces, different prices for each furnace. This is for a different project in Longmont. I showed you guys the video of me walking into that crawl space. Was that today already? Man, that time flies. So supply plenum, the 4-inch flue. So I need to come up with another list just like this one, but for this guy. And we'll put it together. So we'll go ahead and we'll finish this little project real quick, and then we can work together on the mini split. So the mini split's gonna be cool. We need to put a condenser outside. It'll go up the wall into the second floor at a 2-ton head unit. I'll show you those. I'll show you what those guys look like. And then it has 2 more. I think I could pull up those plan views real quick. That one's pretty cool. Let me see real quick. So that one is, let's take a look. Documents. That one's going to be fun, guys. I look forward to doing that one. It just takes a little bit of time. Let's take a look at it. Here, and then it's going to be this one. Bam. And then it'll be this one. Look at that. Beautiful. So this is what the, I'm going to show you real quick what this other one's going to look like. Bam, we'll flip it real quick. Bam. So on our, this will be the next one that we're going to do. So give me a few. I'll put together that furnace that we're just looking at, and then we'll design the mini split for this one. So this one's going to be cool. The thing that sucks about this one, though, I think this is the front of the house. On this backside over here, on where the bedrooms are at in the living room, there's no space for us to walk back there. But I'm going to have to put a head unit here, and maybe one here. So it's going to be three head units downstairs, and then it'll be one upstairs. The one upstairs looks like this. Let's take a look real quick. Bam. Look at that. There's both of them right here. This is the upstairs. So the upstairs, I'm going to put a head unit right here. I'm going to put a big old 2-ton head unit facing this way. That way it can blow into the space up here. We'll put a big boy upstairs. Why? Because most of our heat, or all heat, goes up. So heat rises, and every home, I can guarantee you, it doesn't matter where you're at, second floor is always going to be the warmest. So we want to put the bigger boy upstairs. That way, when it does start to heat up the house, we're maintaining cool air throughout the home. That one's going to be cool. That one's going to take a little bit longer. What time is it? 9. So, yeah, thank you for joining me. I'll be back. I'll put together that furnace real quick, and then we'll start designing the mini splits, and then we'll draw it out together. That'll be cool. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'll be right back. We'll do that furnace real quick. Can we do it together? Let's take a look at this real quick. I think we can look it up real quick together. Let's see. Yeah, we can. We got the 4-inch flue. We already got one there. let's go to, let's close this real quick, They think I'm going to give them two different proposals. They're down. It's a little hard to do that, especially because they're not going to let me do it. The I guess subbed I get subbed out through manufacturers to go take a look at these projects for them, and I know they're not going to give the customer two quotes unless they could specifically say, hey, the customer would like to go this route. So we'll do our job and give the people that write our check what they want. And if the customer wants something more expensive, then they can tell them, hey, we would like to go the other route. But I was told just to replace the furnace. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to replace the furnace and add a humidifier. Done. But yeah, we'll be right back. Let me put this together real quick. It'll take me roughly 30 minutes and then we'll be right back. Thank you guys.